Okay, we're trying this again. GameStop earnings. It's June 1st, 2022. Had to abort the first stream. Should be working. Okay. Looks like it's working. There we go. Hopefully this time it works. Liquidity clack clack. Is it working? Carl. Yeah, I don't know what happened. What happened there? Be good. Thanks, Ivan. Welcome, guys. Well, I'll know if it's working if we get a bunch of likes. That's the real test, honestly. So. Got a little bit of yaz. All right, cool. Retweet this out. Okay. That, so there, thumbs up, appreciate it, man. I am tweeting this out. So that other one was faulty. And I've got on here. I've got investor relations up here. Media actually has access to their earnings. I guess it's going to be what, 10Q. They have access to the 10Q before they actually release it to the public, just so they can write their stories about it. So that's what's happened basically every earnings we've done. It hasn't come out here, and people are like, oh, this. Media is not supposed to release their articles about it until it's released, but they oftentimes do. And we're in the queue here with some GME jazz. I'm not sure. Is it good? I'm not seeing the likes coming in. I'm not sure if it's working. Is it working? The delicious iced coffee I'm drinking. Spies holding up above VWAP. Not sure if this is the peak of the bear market rally or if it kind of keeps going and hits one of those higher price targets. 415 was one of my kind of resistances I was expecting it to hit and maybe stop at, but if it keeps going, I don't know, 425 probably, just up 10 or so. We don't have JPOW until the 15th, so might just kind of consolidate for a bit too. I opened up a Tesla call credit spread earlier, and then actually I closed it here for a small gain. Just saw it bouncing back to VWAP. I don't have a whole lot of capital to be playing with right now, so glad I did. Seems fair. Show you guys my exposure. I just did this on the other video, but with the other stream, but I don't think anybody was able to see it. Here's my exposure for weeklies on GME. Closed out of, I had 180, 200 call debit spreads. Closed out of those. Now for the week, I just have 190 call, just one of them, and then a 192.50 spread, a 192.20 spread, and then this calendar spread. This one I know will work because, yeah, I've already made it free. And on the long calls, I've got 16 days. On these shorts, I've got 2 days. So if it's above 130 expiration, I can just roll this up. And if that's the case, then the 120s will be worth a lot more. Or I can just let it close. That'd be max profit, 11 grand, I believe. Let's see. Something like that. $10. I don't know. Something like that. So birds has to, I looked up, kind of interesting. A stock has to trade above $1 within 30 consecutive days before getting delisted. So there is that possibility. So they basically have like, I don't know, 10 days or 20 days? I don't even know. You get above $1. Where was it? I guess it was here. So 5/18. Yeah, so they have until like the 18th. Yikes. I suppose that's why some companies do reverse splits. That's not what we want though. For all those in the money calls on Friday, I was hopeful for more action today. 30 minutes left, but yeah, not looking too good for the hedging. I think technically they have until open of market tomorrow, so they have after hours and pre-market to fulfill those obligations for those in the money calls that were exercised. And maybe they are going to just do it then, since after hours will probably be somewhat volatile with earnings. So maybe that will be our rip that we're expecting today. Maybe it'll happen after hours, and then they'll just dump it tomorrow post earnings. They don't always actually dump it after hours at earnings, at least not a whole lot. If you look back, it actually trades somewhat flat from earnings. It's like the next day usually that they just hammer it down. Bros. It's an interesting rebound. Sold off from earnings, but investors liked it at that price. And I'm hedged on the move, I think, either way, because if GME does drop a lot, which it's quite likely, we've still got the I still have covered calls on my theta accounts. We've got 108 and 95. I would like to be able to get out of these though this week. That would be sick. And then on TD, got 104, and then I shorted a 127 put yesterday. I was early on it, but I can definitely roll that down gladly. And then on here I have a 128 short put, which I'd be happy to roll down. Patience, patience, patience. Executive order 14032. On Friday, I thought it was today it got accepted, or was passed, or whatever. But then I read it might not be implemented right away, which is the same story we heard on those executive orders and those all those filings, all those new rules, month after month. Like, oh, it got accepted. Oh, but it has to get accepted here, and then oh, it needs approval there, and then it got approval, and then it needs, oh, but when are they gonna enforce it? It's like just kept going on and on with dates. So I'm not too hyped on it, but who knows? That's actually, yeah, tomorrow is what I heard. Is I don't remember, somewhere on Reddit. Tomorrow. Upcoming events after this earnings are. We'll most likely learn of more today. Upcoming event. I mean, we're still waiting for like an official marketplace release on the NFT marketplace for GameStop. They haven't released their marketplace at all, actually. They have their. Well, I guess they do have their kind of beta. It is in beta form. Their wallet's out, and then they're still hyped for an NFT dividend, of course. Expected midnight tomorrow. No more Chinese collateral. Yeah, that's the one. Midnight tomorrow. That's why you're saying Friday. I mean, all right. Squeeze starts Friday then. But yeah, besides that, I guess if nothing comes of this earnings and it's just same old, then we'll just be playing the cycles, which I think we're looking at end of June for a rally. This kind of threw me off, little curveball. We're expecting a rally here, but I wasn't expecting it that big, because I was just expecting SLD. So that was SLD mixed with I'm not sure, OPEX, or yeah, because I don't think that was necessarily the rollover, but a rally more like March. I think this is coming still, but I think it's late. I think it's like 15 days later than it was last year. That's also what was kind of peculiar, because this thing started last year at the same time on 525, which is where we got this big green candle, 525. So you'd thought, oh, it's repeating, but this I think was the rollover, and I don't think we're getting that till end of June. So yeah, it's kind of annoying. There. Not some super weird was fine. They might never have covered from the 08 squeeze. GME? What do you mean the 08 squeeze? GME in 08? There wasn't a squeeze in 08, was there? You mean like Volkswagen, or just other stuff squeezing in 08? Here's 2008. I don't see any squeeze in 08. Yeah, I think they've been shorting GME for a while. I don't know about they've been, 100% over leveraged, that sort of thing for that long, though. I wouldn't imagine. I think they probably, you can see kind of on the chart, really, where it got aggressive. So this is weekly. This is 2002 it IPO'd. Yeah, I would say, I mean, anywhere in here, maybe here, there's probably earnings here it started with, and then they just kept shorting. Just as stuff transferred to digital, you know, once consoles started coming out with, you know, or having a lot of their downloads of games on the consoles and Xbox store and whatever, that's probably when they just started opening up a big short position on here that just kept growing. And then COVID accelerated it probably, which was like right here. Not a whole lot though. Let's see where, right here. Yeah. Because like I've read that speculation that because they postponed it, Biden postponed it like twice. Yeah, when was that last year? That they had that, because it was gonna go live, and I don't think that I saw DD on that, and the dates didn't line up. They didn't line up very well. Where it was, oh, this rip was when they were gonna have it go live, and then this rip too, but they postponed it both times. I think this is more the swaps theory of rolling over in futures or whatever. Because even that DD I saw, the dates weren't. It looked like it was too far for reach, honestly. Talking about Volkswagen, hasn't been covered since. Possible. I saw it was ripping today on my watch list. Yeah, let's see. Here it is. I mean, they covered. Maybe they didn't close, but they kind of Volkswagen bailed them out. That looks like a short squeeze right there. That's weird. Or Porsche let him get off or whatever with there's the squeeze. Porsche let him get off and just let them close their position, basically. So did they still have exposure? Yeah, I suppose they could have, since they just gave him a free pass. But I've actually not noticed this right here, this run up. This was COVID right here. Let's see. Really interesting. 319. Isn't that the COVID? Literally the COVID crash? This chart might be weird too, because this is German exchange, I think. And I'm on Webull, which is Chinese, so you've got conflicting countries here. 218, 220. Oh, 2020. Oh, there's COVID crash. Okay. COVID crash. What was this rip from? 1120. Is there earnings in there that? Weird. Weird. A big rally into earnings. 200 to 300. Not crazy, but then this earnings rip. All that volume out of nowhere too. Huh. That's a huge move. Bounce back down here. Thanks guys for joining, I appreciate it. Hopefully this is a historic earnings call and I'll be a part of it. Appreciate your thumbs up. That helps the stream, helps exposure for GME. Helps me out. Looks like GameStop's coming back down. We've got, what, 25 minutes? 25 minutes to close. Turn that down a little bit. Typically I don't run the Yaz on streams, but I don't have my full voice, so a little Yaz assistance seems necessary. Yeah, this is coming back down. Bearish on the MACD, right under the 9. Man, the short attack yesterday was pretty evident on GME from right here. They had just the SPY algos going with it up until here. If you watch yesterday's recap video, I pointed that out. Because we were following it perfectly right here. Little bounce here, little bounce here, and then oof, they just dumped it. And now, them not, I mean, it doesn't seem like, it seems like there was too many calls in the money for them to have covered all those obligations today with this. Especially on the volume we're seeing too. 2.8 million? I don't think so. I don't think so. So maybe we'll see that some in after hours, which would be a bullish move. Where is that thing? Thanks to Closer, appreciate it, buddy. JVD. Tell me more about the bearish MACD. Well, you see here, it's just been following SPY, which is it's just totally normal. Earnings call, I don't, let's see, what does it say on here? I've got it pulled up. It's after close, usually like an hour after close. It said, I think it said 5 or 5:30 even. What did it say when I opened up? I'm not sure. Let me look on there. The filings will come out, I think right at 4 typically, or close to 4, maybe 10 minutes after. And that comes out here. The media gets a hold of it though. They give it to media like an hour or maybe even more. They probably already have it, so that they can type up their articles. And then right when it gets released, that's when they're supposed to release their articles. But last few years, since we're watching like a hawk, the articles start coming out before we get it on their website. So yeah, screw us, right? Just the investors. Joshua? Sean? Deeper. I can go deeper. I have sickness, so don't make fun of me. It's not that sick though. I'm actually fine. It's nice. Dump some oregano oil under the tongue and let her soak. Yes. What about the Johnny Depp? I didn't really hear the verdict. I saw a headline saying Johnny Depp was acquitted or won or whatever. I don't really know the details, honestly. Can we talk a little bit about things that aren't stock related? I didn't see much of it, honestly. So yeah, this still looks like a bull flag on decreasing volume, but doesn't mean a whole lot yet. We're still bullish on the daily though. I mean, we might have another after earnings move like this. And even if we do have one like this, your calls will still be cheaper tomorrow. So that's why I dumped for a loss. It's possible we have a huge after hours move from earnings to the upside. So that's the only way you'd make money on your calls, because the market maker, I'll show you guys. I actually haven't even looked at it this year for this earnings. So on E-Trade, I just used their weird, this is just their web one, but oh, okay, the market maker's actually not priced in as big of a move. So this down here shows what the options market maker is pricing in for earnings. So it's basically on par with last quarter. So the last quarter was 14% move. So you're paying basically a 14% premium on your options for GME the day before earnings. So if it moves less than that, more or less, you're going to lose. They move 3%. So, I mean, depending on what strategy you do with your options, of course. And this year is kind of the same deal, 14%. Someone was saying it's implying a huge move, but it's not. So premiums will get crushed, but not crazy. Not like this year. At least the calls in this year got crushed. At a 33% move to the downside. It's kind of a cool tool. Here's a current IV 135. Market implied post earnings will be 113. So there's the IV crush right there. You're gonna see. I know it's kind of chopped off there, guys. Just don't worry about it. Can't see the whole screen. Yeah, oregano. yeah, I appreciate the thumbs up, guys. That's awesome. We have a Discord if you want to jump on there if you're into that. Also have a Twitter at HappyMoneyYT. On the weekends, sometimes I do some Twitter spaces on there and argue with some of you guys about why AMC sucks. And then Discord, I'm on Discord all day. IV carries implied move of 21. That's strange that it would be different from E-Trade. So look at this is what's got me super bullish where yeah, I mean we haven't seen this, especially at holding this. We hit 100% back here, I think. Just briefly, so briefly that it's not even showing up on the chart. Or maybe this was it right here. But this is uncommon for GME since I guess last January. So I think we are due for something big. They will crush the IV. How my options fared? I don't know, not bad. I've got so many different accounts and strategies, it's hard to have a handle on like, okay, this is where I'm at on options. Because two of my accounts I'm doing short puts. No, three of my accounts I'm doing short puts and covered calls. There's the theta accounts. And then my E-Trade account I'm trading. So I don't know. I'm not like up bigly or down bigly on the year, I'd say. This move we made some on. This one was tough though, because it was like this. I mean, this was the first time we ran after earnings, and it has nothing to do with earnings. It's because RC moved earnings date up. Earnings was supposed to be like, let's see, where was that? 317. That is kind of weird though, actually, because earnings typically I think is like 316. So look where it was last year, because I don't think it's correlated with earnings, but maybe I'll prove myself wrong right here. 323. So yeah, look, it was just a couple days. I bet if earnings was 323 or so, they would have started running this run earlier. It would have hit earnings right here, and it would have done this right after earnings. And this run was so long. This was the most green candles GME's had on the daily in years, this rally. It wasn't as big as maybe January or some of the others, but as far as just green candles, it was crazy. Honestly, it's way easier to make money on GME on the downside than the upside, because the downside, you have way more days of it. Upsides are explosive, you can make big percentage gainers, but it's such short windows where you can do that these long down slopes, much easier. So that's kind of what I'm transitioning to a little bit, and then just having exposure to the upside basically with shares. But now this, we're getting into kind of uncharted territory really with what's going on with the price action and with the fundamentals of the company. Just bought, hoping for some good news. Just bought shares or contracts? The bar chart? Oh. Yeah, it's just showing the fee it costs. It's annualized. So this is how much it costs to borrow shares to short. Is the available shares, so if there's not any available, they basically used all of them. But this data is, it's, you know, it's not like gospel. It's pretty, can't really hold it too heavy. But what you can do is compare it with itself. So that's always, if you always have data that's a little wrong, not necessarily wrong, but if it's consistently the same way, like maybe consistently wrong, but it's consistent in that way, then you can compare it with itself. So just comparing with itself, we've been at 1% fee or thereabouts for a long time. The fact that we're up now and there's no shares available, just compared with itself, is very bullish. Does it mean they can't short it? No, they have many ways to short it. But yeah. CBT, CTB looks like CBT. Will we know if tomorrow votes passed? We will. When will we know? Actually, that's good. That's a good question. So the voting that you did, if you voted with your GameStop shares, was voting for an increase in shares and overall shares, and not necessarily a split. They can do a split without those votes from shareholders. Shareholders are voting on an increase in shares, which would allow them to do a lot of things with the shares. One thing being a larger split via a dividend. Now, if they weren't doing it through a dividend, then they could split it however they wanted, and they wouldn't need those shares. I think right now they have 300 million available, and that's 300 million to do a dividend, 300 million for the stock split dividend, 300 million for giving to insiders, I believe, 300 million for a share offering. So the vote was to increase it to $1 billion, which will probably get passed. So they'll be able to do a bigger share split, say 10-1 instead of 3-1. And then they'll have more available if they wanted to offer shares to insiders or onto the stock exchange with share offering. So, yeah, that's my understanding of it, at least. Don't you have a kind of amateur, are you? Loosey-goosey kind. Raw up and down. I'll tell you, my best are the slow, consistent ones. My theta farmers. Those are slow. Those are consistent. You can do almost 100% in a year, and low stress, just mechanical. Options don't really work. That's true. Yeah, or you're selling premium through them. Bunga bunga. We've got, what, 10 minutes? It's funny it's here. Why you do not, DRS? Because I do options, and I don't want my shares in somewhere that I can't do options on. Right now, I only have 600 shares that don't actually have covered calls on them, and that's just because my other ones do. Getting a little volatility here. 10 minutes of volatility. Last 10 minutes, market makers and all sorts of crazy stuff goes on at times. Supply coming down, GME coming up. If we're waiting on earnings call, I think it's not probably till like 5, but the filings will come out very soon after close, probably 10 minutes, I'd say. So we've got investor relations here, but as you guys remember, they come out on the media first. And here's the earnings call. Yaz. Ooh, a little funk to it. This earnings, it seems like this one always seems faster, closer in timeline. I don't know, or this just last couple weeks flew by. I think it's closer in timeline. Yeah, shareholder meetings tomorrow, but there's an earnings call today. And this is the first earnings call since Ryan Cohen has been an investor even, that they will be taking questions. And since they are going to be taking questions, I am somewhat hopeful there's going to be something different going on at the earnings call, like maybe some guidance, maybe some forward projections, where they haven't had that at all yet, for good reason. They're trying to keep it hush-hush what's going on, but they're not anymore. They've let it out. They have an NFT marketplace that's going live. They have a crypto wallet, and I mean, they've moved into e-commerce a lot more heavy. Executive order, yes, what's his name was bringing that up earlier. I don't know, man. There's been so many hype executive orders for the last 2 years about them pulling, so they can't use Chinese assets for collateral anymore. I don't know. There's so many ways that they can suppress the stock price. To think that just one avenue for them having collateral will wreck them, I find that hard to believe. But if it's one less out of 5 or 10, then that's good. That's good either way. So thanks guys for joining. Thanks for the thumbs up. I really appreciate it. We have Discord if you want to join that. That's pinned in the chat. We also have a little vote. Looks like you guys don't see the voting, but right now we're at 45% of you think dump. So we're more people are bullish of a after earnings rip. That's interesting. He talks about they need video game music, like Mario Kart or something. June 3rd is the deadline. Yeah, on the Chinese. He was saying midnight on Thursday. So yeah, maybe the squeeze will start. The peak of the squeeze will start on Friday. That peak could last, I don't know. If it's a Tesla type thing, it'll be just the first peak of many. Tell you what though, this volume is good. And even though today's much lower, we're still in higher volume territory. And this, green over the 9, bullish MACD, we've got a bull flag here coming into an earnings. It's setting up. SPY's kind of dumping there. Certainly is. Option flow split. Yeah, what does it say on shift search? Pretty even, huh? That would be yeah, market makers aren't implying a huge move. They're implying the same, or at least on E-Trade. I don't know why interactive brokers is different, but E-Trade they're saying like 13 or 14% move implied via the option chain. So SPY's kind of dumping here into close. Filings will be coming out hopefully within like next 15 minutes, and then come out right here. Should be getting a 10Q since it's not a yearly, I believe. Yeah. And then the earnings call. Earnings call, maybe 5 o'clock. I can't remember what I clicked. It said it when I clicked into it. If you guys have a Discord or don't, you should join ours. We're chatting on here pretty much all day long. Share our trades in here. A lot of good tools actually that you guys don't use under trading tools. I even forget to check them out. There's quite a lot, but Trading Economics is a really powerful website. Squeeze metrics. I forget, like I'll find something good and I'll just put it in here and I forget about it later. But pretty much everything you want could be in here. Import Yeti is really interesting. Let me pull this one up. I like to look at this one. Options hacks for quick income. That's a PDF. Trading screener, shift search. This is for biotechs. Another option scanner. That's a good one. Dark pool. Yeah, there's a lot of good ones in there. Yeah, join up. The link for that is pinned. All right, 4 minutes. SPY's dumping on close. GME not doing too bad. So let's see. So here's import Yeti. This was interesting to look at. It's March, January. So they did a bunch of buying and importing, seeing as the supply chain was getting bad, and it's only gotten worse. So they're sitting in a good spot. Companies that didn't do this ahead of time are running out. And then if they're not running out, their cost to import is way higher now. The shipment cost and stuff is insane right now. So their margins are just getting crushed. Look at Amazon. So this is, let's see. Yeah. 3 minutes. GME, look at that negative beta, man. Thanks for the thumbs up, guys. I appreciate it. We are waiting on GME filings. Kick up extended hours here. Whoa, GME getting a little volatile there. 4.3%. So I think technically they have until open hours tomorrow. Stock market open, 9 o'clock, 9:30, to settle all the in-the-money calls that were exercised. So we might see some of that action in the after hours or in the pre-market. It would be bullish looking. When did the earnings call start? Pacific time. I need to put a timer up. You guys loved that timer last year, or last earnings. I'll just say Pacific time. Well, earnings call will probably be in an hour from now. So whatever that is, Pacific time. Lots of bearish flow coming in. Yeah, even our poll has flipped more bearish. Now it's 49% say dump. It's slowly gone bearish. Good or bad, expected dump. Expected dumb. A big dum dum. All right, 1 minute. Articles will come out. They'll all say how they missed on EPS. Meanwhile, the borrow rate, so there's no share, I mean on here, there's no shares available. Since it's not updated, that means there's not available, right? So this was at, what, 145? That was hours ago. The fee's 108%, just quite high. Always dumps. It doesn't actually always dump. In fact, after hours from earnings doesn't always do a whole lot. It's after that. See, like even from here. That was the gap down. Not that huge, but it was a little bit. It's always after it they move it down. Let's see, what is this one? This one was a gap down. Yep, gapped way down here, and then ripped. I think that was from FTDs, that rip. This one, okay, they do gap it down. There's a couple in there. No. Oh yeah, was that after or before? I don't know. There's a couple in there where they dump it down. But the most recent earnings, it didn't. And it rallied after. That was the beginning of our rally. Market is closed. Ding, ding, ding. GameStop up 1.2%. After hours. Not really. All right, let's see. Thanks for the thumbs up, guys. Appreciate it. We are listening in. That's the earnings call. Yes. That probably won't come on for about an hour, though. Keep an eye on this investor relations page. And we'll just refresh it. See what happens. So media, again, media will probably start coming out with articles even before we see the earnings release. just because they get access to it, I think probably an hour or so in advance, so they can write their articles. Optimistic, I like it. Optimistic on the earnings numbers. That yeah. I mean, the thing is, the analyst expectations are always very lofty for GME, so it's very difficult for it to meet expectations or beat if their earnings are always. They think it's an awful company dying brick and mortar, but then for whatever reason, the analysts think it's going to the moon on earnings. So yeah. Diamond hands. What's up, orange guy? Okay. Spy. Flat. Give me flat. Yaz music. Started. Either a dump or a dump. It only is until it isn't. Thanks, Philvy. So, let's see. Should we pull up an old one to have comparables? I actually really like looking at earnings and the numbers on the Webull app. It's just organized, quick and easy. You can just kind of look through stuff easily. I like it even better than the Webull desktop. But they actually updated their app recently. I don't know if it's as good anymore. Nice, Jared Dobson. Proper. This I'm leaving this here so we can see. I'm just showing the ticker here. Once we get a new filing, I will open it up and we will cruise through. So think of keywords. Right, for the DRS numbers. That DRS bot I think has been pretty accurate. So whatever it's saying, I think it's going to be less than that because of course these earnings were from, that's closed. That DRS bot is, daily. But yeah, so think of things we need to search for in the filings. NFT, dividend, I don't know, guidance, I guess computer share, DRS. So once this comes out, you guys open it up with me, hit the Control F, and just search through and start looking at keywords. And we'll see what we can find. Probably 200 good and bearish. So the consensus right now is actually more bullish. It's actually more bullish. You can believe it. Based on you guys, but I guess that is people watching a live stream earnings call. Here's why GME dumped after earnings. Yeah, so you should start seeing those articles even before the earnings come out. And it'll probably be EPS miss. No, Lionel, you're not the only one not seeing the full window. That's how I have it captured. I'm not showing the full window. Because this over here and over here, you don't need to see. So once this comes out, we'll make it full screen and we'll look at it. And in the meantime, you're looking at ticker. Here's extended hours right here, indicated by this grayed out area. Here was today's trading. And here's the investor relations page. We're refreshing, waiting for the filings. Not voting on a split. The vote is on increasing the number of available shares to potentially, to have a stock split via dividend. So they can have a stock split via dividend already, but I think the maximum it could be is like 3-to-1. And then they probably wouldn't have any shares left for a share offering or to give to insiders. Oh, the price, sorry. 119. Yeah, that's true. That's not 119.56. You can see it right here. It's dumping, so Bloomberg maybe released it, and that's what happens. So not out for us yet, but it looks like it has been released to some. Authenticated shares. Yeah, it's their whole pool of shares that they can use. Earnings call is going to be at 5. The filing looks like it came out to insiders or Bloomberg, maybe. Should we beat the earnings, maybe? Calls probably not till like 4:30. Maybe 5. Thanks for the thumbs up, guys. Appreciate it. We have a Discord too. That's pinned in the comments. Looks like they've been released to someone, because there definitely was a big move there. You say they missed. Let's see, they made a loss of over $2 a share, -2 on the EPS. Yeah, see, that's coming out in media, which was to be expected, and the analyst expectations, of course, was extremely aggressive to the bullish side. Sell another house if it dips. I don't think we'll get a dip. Yeah, there's no dip. I would sell the house, another house, unfortunately. You can't keep me. I mean, how long did Amazon just reinvest, and Tesla, and I mean, I don't even know. Go back and look at Apple. It was more than like 4 or 5 earnings. We've had what, like 4 earnings of basically a new company. You have to think of GME kind of as a startup. If you think of it as this like good value play, it's been around all these years, then yeah, no, this is awful, but it really isn't. It's totally changed. It's a totally different company, and it's changing its path completely. So yeah, it's gonna take capital. 2.8 estimates are 1.45. News release already up on the newsroom. Thank you. That's what I did last year also. Here it is. Net sales 1.378 billion for the quarter, compared to 1.2. Let me turn this off for a second, guys. Compared to 1.27 billion in the prior year's first quarter. More revenue than last first quarter, which is very bullish in the sense of where was the economy and where money was this first quarter compared to last. Last first quarter, there was so much money flowing from stimulus, it was insane, and people were staying inside. So the fact they beat that's kind of crazy. Sales attributable to new and expanded brand relationships contributed to the company's growth in the quarter. Inventory was 917.6 million at the close of the quarter, compared to 570 million at the close of the prior year's quarter, reflecting a continued focus on improving in stock levels and merchandise to meet increased customer demand and offset supply chain headwinds. I thought they had over $1 billion in inventory. Maybe that was last quarter. Maybe they've gone through some of it. Ended the period with cash and cash equivalents of still over $1 billion in cash, as well as no debt other than a low interest unsecured term loan with the French. Yep. Took steps to support the recent launch of a digital asset wallet to allow gamers and others to store, send, receive, and use cryptocurrencies and non-fungible tokens across decentralized apps. The wallet extension will enable transaction on GameStop. Is that just the beta site? Okay. NFT marketplace upon its intended launch in the second quarter. That's now. Continued hiring individuals with experience in areas such as blockchain, gaming, e-commerce, and technology and operations, including a new chief operating officer with a background in retail and stores. Wait a minute, including a new, who's the new COO? I think I remember reading about that. Conference call information, 5 o'clock. We're already on that. We are in queue to listen to that call. Webcast be archived for 2 months. Yada yada yada. Here this is. What is the stock doing? people. What? Need to look a little closer at this. So it's up, hit 125 now. It's big moves. Might end up just flat. Actually, I didn't even see what you guys voted on for flat. Maybe there's a lot of flat voters out there. All right, net sales. So this is 13 weeks ended April 30th, 13 weeks ended April or May 1st. Cost of sales, gross profit. Net loss decreased. That's good by a lot. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Yeah, this is good. Loss per share is $1. Who's saying $2? You guys want to see it bigger? Is it too small? Who was saying 2? Because this is 13 weeks. This was the quarter before, right? 13 weeks ended April 30th. Oh, I always get this. All right, 2022. This is what we're looking at. This was same quarter last year, so it's year over year. So yeah, EPS is -$2 a share. Yep. Media's gonna love that. Net loss also increased. Yep. Yeah, I mean that's all attributed to this $2 per share. Net sales, cost of sales, gross profit, selling general operating loss is much higher. Net loss is 11.5. April 30th. I think we're due for a little more Yaz. There we go. Cash equivalents. Wait, more cash? Cash and cash equivalents. Total current assets. A lot more assets and cash. Restricted cash. Where's the increase? In prepaid expenses and other current assets. Merchandise, so an increase in, I guess, yeah, year over year, because they've been buying inventory and storing it up. Receivables not allowed. So that's bullish. Assets increased a tremendous amount. Property and equipment. Depreciating asset. Operating lease right of use assets. Deferred income taxes. Long-term restricted cash, other non-current. That's a good thing, I think. Estimated EPS was -1.45. That's not a beat. The EPS is -2, as far as I'm understanding it. Oh, that's a little too high. Let me zoom out one more. There we go. Liabilities and stock current So liabilities are higher. That would be stockholders' equity, accounts payable. Let's see. Is that because of insider shares were increasing? So anybody they hire on, new CEOs, COOs, they're giving them shares, and is that where this comes in? Liabilities and stockholders' equity. So this is this is year over year. Net loss 157 million compared to 66. That is a lot. Thanks guys for joining. Sub up, like up, comment down. Happy money sticks around. We've got a Discord server also if you want to jump on there. Appreciate all the thumbs up. Chewy beat by 790%. Wow, if only Chewy was in the basket of stocks. GameStop's ripping, dude. What's going on? This might be the obligations, the options market obligations, like we were talking about. Remember? Because based on the earnings of a miss, I mean, not to say this is going to stay. I don't know if it's going to stay, but to see any of this is kind of interesting. Gain on sale of digital assets. Let's see. 303. Net cash flows used in operating activities. See there, that's a huge expense. use a lot more cash for the operating expenses, activities rather. Net cash flows provided by used investing activities. So this has gone up. Cash, cash equivalents, and restricted cash. Okay. What is this? This is April, 13 weeks. So 1.3 or 1.3 billion as opposed to 1.2 billion. So net sales are higher year over year, and timing's not perfect on that, but I'm pretty certain money was flowing much more after this earnings as far as the overall economy. Housing prices weren't insane, rent wasn't insane, cost of gas, I mean, it wasn't super high for this one, the cost of gas, but it still was higher than here. And then all the stimulus and stuff was basically run out more or less for this one. So if anything, this number would be lower than this number, because this was last year. So the fact that they did more net sales is pretty bullish. So it's up 6% after hours. Not sure if it'll hold or not. I'm wondering if this is honestly just from the calls expiring in the money that were exercised, because they have until market open tomorrow, from my understanding, and we didn't see the price action today, which we were expecting. I bet that's what it is. Let's see, non-GAAP. Adjusted operating loss. Bigger loss. Adjusted net loss is larger. Adjusted loss per share. Yep, it's a lot more. Yeah, I mean, earnings is up, but yeah, of course EPS is down. They're reinvesting so much into NFT, crypto, and their wallet and their marketplace, which hopefully we hear something about, and hopefully that marketplace goes live. Free cash flow is less, or they used it. What does that mean? Okay, it's always the newsroom. Why do I always get it wrong? All right, so that's there. What about whoa. Here's the 8K. Is that what we just read though? Is that an 8K? No, that was like a simple version, I think, right? This is what we need to be looking through. So there might be something in here that's causing it to rip. Here's an overview. Is this right? First quarter ended April 30th. Yep. CNBC reporting. So 1.37 billion for the quarter compared to 1.27 the prior year, which to me that's pretty bullish given where the market and how money was flowing and the amount of money that was being spent. Yeah. Sales attributable to new and expanded brand relationships. Yeah, this is the same thing. Yeah. Okay, but on here, so let's look at dividend, I never know how to spell this word. Dividend, dividend. I don't think they have dividend on here. NFTs, NFT. This isn't the one that has all the, this is the same thing we just read. So there's one more filing I think that's supposed to come out. Am I right? Getting paid in crypto by MX. That is correct. So they missed on EPS, and the media, of course, is bearish. So this move in the after hours, I can only assume it's from those contracts that were in the money that got exercised. And we'll continue on maybe until tomorrow at open. What's the volume on here? 23,000? That's pretty light volume. That's a big move for 23,000. From 117 to 131. Could be an increased energy cost. That's true too. Yeah, I mean, yeah, yep. I mean, everything's gotten more expensive. So people say, oh, EPS missed, or you can't just live on revenue. Look at all the other earnings coming out. I mean, Amazon's missed, Google's missed, I don't know. Netflix took a dump, like Everything's been getting killed. So just has to do with the analysts, and if they're, you know, if they're told to do a certain thing, then it'll be, the analysts will have it too high and it'll miss. New partnerships, yeah. Wait, on the notes, what did I miss? Did I miss it? Oh, you're just talking about the overview? I like it in the simple form here. This is nice. Yeah, in these, it looks good, yeah. We are waiting on hold with the conference call, which should be, I think it's at 5, it says, yeah. That's right here. Yep. Jazz is still playing, so we're still good. The Jazz indicator. I'm excited for the earnings call. Excited for questions. I don't know who's asking questions. I remember seeing a Reddit post about trying to get a basically a group of questions together, get someone to ask. I don't know if that ever happened or not. That's SPY candle. So Chewy went nuts, 21%. That ain't bad. I mean, this thing's been just killed, so. So there, that's got to be the options. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's not. Maybe they like the notes. First time ever. What's the media saying? DFV's not asking a question. You shut your mouth. 246,000 volume. This candle here, I was reading 23,000. Saying overall in the after hours. We're at 30 minutes. I see 71,000 volume after hours. It's holding up pretty well. Not to say calls would have done well. So we'll look at the contract pricing tomorrow, because they don't update after hours, I don't think. And we'll see. So if you say if you bought a 125 call at close, and see what it's worth at close here, and then we'll see what it's worth at open tomorrow. If GME is at 127, I bet it actually lost value. What do you know about the earnings call music choices? Oh, actually, I can't play that music. I get copyright strike on their classical jazz. The notes they're pretty bullish. What, you talking about these notes? Don't we get one more? Don't we get one more? Is this all we get? Yeah, we're like the DRS numbers and stuff. So what do we get? Or quarterly, we get 8K. Not specialized disclosure. Why does this look so weird? Current reports. 8Ks. Like the DRS and all that comes on another. 10Qs are just annually, I thought. Quarterly report, which provides a continued view of the company's financial position. Oh, do we get a 10Q also? 10K. Oh, 8K and a 10K? I don't know what all these numbers and names mean. Maybe, yeah, 10K, not 10Q. And I don't know why this changed the way it looks. He's gonna exercise his right as shareholder. It's holding up pretty well. Who voted on flat? So I'm gonna end the poll. You guys can see, I think, because, well, you guys flipped. It was basically even though. So I'm gonna screenshot it. I mean, you guys changed your votes, so some of you guys cheated, but it was basically, I'll put it in here for Discord to see. GME dump, rip, or stay flat after earnings. It was 49% dump. So I guess I forgot about stays flat. So it was probably split between rip and flat, or rip and dump. Stays flat is 18% though. That's probably gone up since it looks like it might stay flat now. It's there. Oh boy. 12.7. 10Q, here it is. Bada bing, bada boom, bada bing. Is there a... No, there's not a simple version, so we'll just look at this. That's fine. All right, here's where we search, guys. This format has a process being created from the... Whoa, we're early on that. Look at that thing. Because what did I try and do? PDF? Do HTML, I guess. There we go, HTML. Dividend, I spelled it right. Earnings per share, we have certain undistributed. This is the stock. This is the increase that they're talking about. That's the only thing that says dividend in here, actually. That's interesting. Guys, DRS doesn't come up. Computer share. Computer share doesn't come up. What would be the name? 12.7. Here it is. Let me see how that is looking visually. And zoom out, zoom in. So as of April 30th, 12.7 million shares of our Class A common stock were directly registered with our transfer agent. What is the bot saying? Was it about their April 30th, I guess? As of April 30th, was, yep. Yep. What else is in here though? What should we search? Because there's nothing about dividend. I don't see anything really about NFT. Let's see. In January, entered a partnership. NFT, know about that. Digital assets. Wait a minute. What was that saying about at the money? During the 3 months ended May 1st, we sold an aggregate 3.5 million shares of our common stock. Generated 556 million. 3 months ended May 1st, 3rd. First. We knew about that, right? So true. Because I don't want to show the whole screen. It's very simple. That's why I'm not showing the whole screen, because I don't want to. I'm not NFTs. GameStop NFT Marketplace when it launches in the second quarter. Nothing new. What else research? The float, I don't know, like 76 million or something? No. 12.1? Let me see that. NQ. If that's true, you DRSers are really slacking. Why doesn't it have a 10Q in here? Oh, is it not available anymore? Here's this 10Q. Where's the last one? Current annual year. 10Q. December. Yeah, let's look at that one. Computer. Here it was under computer share. October. This is earlier filing. 5.2 million. Up around mid-June or end of June. I'm thinking the cycle could start mid-June. It could last 30 days like it was in March. So I have exposure for beginning and middle of July actually. That's probably where I'll continue to build exposure. So that was the 10Q from December 8th. I guess, is this the second quarter? I'm so confused. June 1, there's no other ones here. No, it was a quarter 1, so. Wait, where's quarter 1 on here? It wasn't 12 million. It said it was 12.1 million last quarter. %, DRS. I can't. Same of ownership. This. Well, don't need that. I only see one 10Q in here. Let's go back further. 10. Oh, it'll be under 10K. Be a 10K? Yeah, maybe it's under the 10K. 8K. Yeah, that's the last one. Maybe it's this one, huh? You sold your shares. Let's see. Was it computer share? What did they call it on here? No, 8.9 million. As of January 29th. We had another one? I can't even remember now. So it's settling back down. Looks like it might be flat. Yeah, what about this one? 317. Where's that one? So 8.9 million as of the end of January of this year for DRS. And then I'm not sure where the last one was. I think it was less than 10 or 12 million though. On the 8K. I think we should keep looking through this. Oh, this is a 10Q. This is this one, right? Ended April 30th. Yeah, this is right. This is the one. Yeah. $8.9 was last Q. 8.9. Was that last? Wow, that's a huge increase. That one I pulled up? Yeah, it said October. What about March? So the March one would have ended in April, right? Let's see. No, not April. I'm sorry. Now it's red in the extended hours. This is March. That would have ended in February. Right here. I never found that filing. I don't know. I don't know what this. I feel like this has to be options, unless there's is the media saying bullish stuff. I mean, they know. Let's see here. Loss 157. Sales 1.3 billion. -2 EPS. The meme stock revolution is over, Goldman Sachs says. $2 miss, 140 or $1.45 estimate. Sales. Oh, sales beat. Just barely. Beats quarterly revenue estimates. Is it because of that? Is that what they're claiming? It's higher after front-loading inventory prepping for NFT marketplace. Revenue beat, EPS miss. NFT marketplace update and more. What are you talking about? There's no NFT marketplace update. Company credits new and expanded brand relationships as a contributor to net sales in the first quarter. Did they contribute? They contribute that? The net sales increase to their new relationships? I know they said they have new relationships, but I don't think they contributed it. Maybe. Company ended the quarter with inventory of 917 million. Yeah, that's year over year. Yeah, they've been increasing inventory like crazy. Yeah, and we still have over $1 billion in cash. Item 5. 3.8 is impressive, you're right. I mean, media's somewhat bullish. Yeah, we read that they'll release it in quarter 2. They said that in the last earnings. NFT marketplace is coming in Q2. The share split. That should, let's see. The results of that, would that come in the earnings call? I'm not even sure. Increased sales are from gaming. Well, that article was saying it's from their partnerships, or that it was contributed to that, but I'm not so certain on that. Everything we read already. All this gives us year over year and then year to date. So total assets year to date down a little bit. Year over year we're up. Liability and stockholders equity, it's pretty flat year over year. It's down year to date. Total liabilities and stockholders equity, it's up year over year and down year to date. This is year over year, right? Yeah. The loss is greater is what we already saw. Total comprehensive loss. Balance. All right, what else are you guys finding here? Do you do control find and find anything? 2 billion in cash. They had like one. I think they had 1.8 or maybe 1.9. I don't know. Spy is a whole other kind of squeezy beast. The split, yeah, that's true. That'd probably be shareholder meeting, but we'll see. I mean, maybe they'll talk about it on earnings. Be more info tomorrow. Happy you're going to stream the meeting tomorrow. Yes, I'll stream the meeting tomorrow. I don't know when it's on, but yeah, we'll stream it. Thank you guys for joining. Thanks for the subs. Thanks for the thumbs up. None of you guys have gotten on the Discord. Just kidding, a couple of you guys have. That's cool. No worries. It's full of plenty of people, I guess. What else is on here? During the 3 months, did we know this? When did they offer shares? Oh, that's 2021. Okay. Yep, we knew that. Collectibles. The following table is performance obligations. This is with the magazine. We have agreements with customers where our performance obligations are satisfied over time, which primarily relate to extended warranties and our Game Informer magazine. We expect to recognize revenue in future periods for remaining performance obligations we have associated with unredeemed gift cards, trading credits, reservation deposits, and our Power Up Rewards loyalty program. Collectively, unredeemed customer liabilities. That's where that falls under. Extended warranties and subscriptions to our Game Informer magazine. I'm surprised they're still running that magazine and how many people they have on the subscription list or mailing list or whatever. That's crazy. Partnerships Anywhere, Corsair. Yeah. I have to wait tomorrow for the voter deadline. 3.7 million Q4 plus 2% Q1. Ah, so you DRSers are slacking. You're losing momentum. Full app marketplace. Yeah, it launches. It's gonna launch in the second quarter of 2022, which we are in now. So maybe tomorrow. But yeah, let's read this actually. Business priorities. GameStop is on a strategic path to fully leverage our unique position and brand in gaming. GameStop is focused on transforming into a customer base obsessed technology company to delight gamers and is actively focused on efforts to establish e-commerce excellence, expand our selection to deliver a market-leading offering in gaming and entertainment, leverage existing strengths and assets, and invest in new growth opportunities. We're taking steps that include increasing the size of our addressable market by offering vast product selection and growing our product catalog across PC gaming, collectibles, consumer electronics, toys, augmented reality, virtual reality, blockchain technology, and other categories that represent the natural extensions of our business. Expanding fulfillment operations to improve speed of delivery and service to our customers. Building a superior customer experience, including by establishing a US-based customer care operation supported by frictionless e-commerce and in-store experience. I like that word, frictionless. And strengthening technology capabilities, including by investing in new systems, modernized e-commerce assets, and an expanded, experienced talent base. 7.5 million monthly paying members. Is that on the magazine? Yeah, that's crazy. Largest, I've heard that. It's one of the largest subscriptions of any company. It's just wild. I mean, it's kind of nostalgic. Being a tech company means they'll move to NASDAQ. In May 2022, we announced the launch of our digital asset wallet to allow gamers and other store and others to store, send, receive, and use cryptocurrencies and non-fungible tokens across decentralized apps. The wallet represents our first step in blockchain technology products and will also enable transactions on GameStop's NFT marketplace when it launches in the second quarter of 2022. We believe these future transformation efforts are an important aspect of our continued business to enable long-term value creation for our shareholders. Accordingly, we prioritize long-term revenue growth and market leadership over short-term margins. See, this is why you have negative EPS. The company will continue to invest in growth initiatives while continuing to prioritize maintaining a strong balance sheet. Yes, they do have a very strong balance sheet. That's another reason why EPS, because they're concerned about their balance sheet and invest in growth initiatives. Those are the reasons. Connected to our transformation efforts, we have incurred and may continue to incur severance, store closure costs, and expenses for consultants and advisors. We better cut out those consultants and advisors. See consolidated results of operations, selling, general administrative expenses for additional information. Yep, I think we saw that. Let's see. I like these little summaries here. The first quarter of 2022, which is what we're looking at here, net sales increased 101 million or 8% compared to the same prior year period. That's what I was saying. That's pretty legit. During the first quarter of 2022, net sales in our United States, Canada, Europe, and Australia segments increased by 3%. Wait. So United States increased by 3, Canada increased by 24, Europe by 34, and Australia by 10. Wow. So the biggest growth was in Europe. On sales, at least. Respectively. When compared to the same period last year, our increase in net sales for the first quarter of 2022 was primarily attributable to the demand of recent gaming software on Sony and Microsoft's platforms, the continued sell-through of the Nintendo gaming product lines, and growth in our PC gaming product category, partially offset by decline in new gaming hardware sales due to supply chain constraints and consumer demand. Yes. Is our stream health okay? Yeah. Oh, the chat screwed up. Selling, general, and administrative purposes. Selling, general, and administrative purposes increased 81.9 million or 22% for the first quarter of 2022 compared to the same year prior. That's bullish. SG&A expenses as a percentage of sales increased 32.8% during the first quarter of 2022 compared to 29% during the first quarter of 2021. SG&A expenses as a percentage of sales increased primarily due to costs associated with a transformation into a technology company, which include increased labor costs as the company insources talent, investments in technology to support growth, and expansion of fulfillment capabilities. AMC Crypto Wallet. We expect to continue to incur costs associated with our transformation initiatives. The increase is also attributable to the net impact of digital asset-related activities, partially offset by the continued benefit from lower store occupancy costs as a percent of sales driven by our cost reduction initiatives in 2020 and 2021. What is this saying? The increase is also attributable to the net impact of digital asset-related activities. Right. Partially offset by the continued benefit from lower store occupancy costs. Lower store occupancy costs, I would assume, is because they're not as busy, so they don't have to have as many employees. As a percent of sales driven by our cost reduction initiatives. Cost reduction, so closing stores too. Which is fine, they're transferring more e-commerce. These reduction initiatives include 132 permanent store closures. There you go. Store closures since May 1st. So that's good. Close the stores that aren't making money. Love dumps. The call has not happened. You're still in time. We've got 15 minutes. We'll just read through some of the filing. Looks like they brought it down. So if this was covering the exercised calls in the money, and maybe now they're just shorting it down. But maybe it'll be at 200 by tomorrow at open. Depends on that call. Interest expense net. During the first quarter of 2022, interest expense net was 0.7 million, which decreased by 24 million. Interest expense. Oh, is that because they don't have any debt, which decreased by 24 million compared to the same period in 2022, primarily due to our prior year repayment of the 73.2 million aggregate principal amount of our then outstanding 6.75% senior notes due 2021, and the remaining 216 million aggregate principal amount of our then outstanding 10% senior notes due 2023. So they were paying 24 million, is that right, in interest? Which decreased by 24 million. Yeah, compared to the same year. Is that a quarter? No. No, it's got to be annually. I mean, that's why you pay off your debt, man. 24 million in interest. That might be for that quarter. That's crazy. That's thanks to us. Well done. We recognized income tax expense of 3.5 million for the first quarter, compared to an income tax expense of 1.3 for the same period in 2021. Because they're making more money, making more income. Our effective income tax rate decreased 2.3% for the first quarter compared to 2% for the first quarter of 2021. The decrease in the effective income tax rate compared to the prior year was primarily due to a change in earnings mix. Interesting. Liquidity and capital resources. This is actually kind of interesting too. Our principal sources of liquidity are cash from operations, cash on hand, and borrowing from the capital markets, which include our revolving credit facilities. As of April 30th, 2022, we had a total unrestricted cash on hand of 1 billion and an additional 398 million of available borrowing capacity under our revolving credit facilities. So they can borrow up to 398 million, I believe, and then $1 billion on cash on hand. We repaid our outstanding borrowings of 25 million under our then outstanding asset-based revolving credit facility. So they repaid their old debt, which had bad interest. They got new debt or revolving credit facility, which doesn't mean they have it available. It's not debt because they're not using it, but they probably got this at a much lower rate, which is smart. I mean, when interest rates are low, you want to be borrowing. During the 3 months ended May 1st, we sold an aggregate 3.5 million shares of our common stock under at-the-market equity offering. We generated 556 million in aggregate gross proceeds from sales under the at-the-money transaction. There's a $500 million there, and paid an aggregate of 5 million in commissions to the sales agent. Among the other legal and administrative fees, these commissions and fees are recognized in additional paid in capital on our consolidated basis. Yeah, administrative expenses, the net proceeds generated from sales. Okay, the net proceeds generated from sales under the at-the-money offering transactions have been and are expected to be used for working capital and generate corporate purposes, including repayment of indebtedness, funding our transformation, growth initiatives, and product category expansion efforts, and capital expenditures, and the satisfaction of our tax withholding obligations upon the vesting of shares restricted stock held by our executive officers and other employees. So they're using our money to pay for stuff, pay for operations. Additionally, during the first quarter of 2021, we repaid the remaining 73 million aggregate principal amount of our then outstanding, and the remaining 216 million aggregate principal amount of our then outstanding 2023 notes. Yep, they paid off all their debt. On an ongoing basis, we evaluate and consider certain strategic operating alternatives, including divestitures, restructuring, or dissolution of unprofitable business segments, as well as equity and debt financing alternatives that we believe may enhance stockholder value. Yes, finally we are mentioned. Enhance stockholder value. Please, please. Do it for us. The nature, amount, and timing of any strategic, operational change or financing transactions that we might pursue will depend on a variety of factors, including, as of the applicable time, our available cash and liquidity and operating performance, our commitments and obligations, our capital requirements, limitations imposed under our credit arrangements, and overall market conditions. Many of our vendors have been impacted by volatility in the supply chain financing market. Our vendors have requested and may continue to request credit support collateral for our inventory purchase obligations. And the levels of such collateral will depend on a variety of factors, including our inventory purchase levels, available payment terms for inventories, availability of borrowing capacity under credit facilities, favorable credit terms, and cost of providing collateral. What am I looking to hear? NFT dividend. That would be, that's my most favorite. my most favorite. NFT dividend, and ex-dividend date is in a few days. I think they have to do like 10 days maybe, so ex-dividend date. And of course all shorts must close, well, naked shorts. Or if you have a short the stock, you have to pay the NFT dividend, and to do that you have to buy it, however that works, and you're screwed. Yep, 8 minutes. We utilize cash generated from operations and have funds available to us under our revolving credit facility to cover seasonal fluctuations in cash flows and to support our various initiatives. Our cash and cash equivalents are carried costs and consist primarily of U.S. and government prime money market funds and cash deposits with commercial banks. In November 2021, we entered into a credit agreement for secured asset-based credit facility comprised of a $500 million revolving line of credit which matures in November 2026 and includes a 50 million swing loan revolving sub-facility, a 50 million Canadian revolving sub-facility, and a 250 million letter of a credit sub-limit. So they have a $500 million they can still borrow on, I think. As of the end of first quarter 2022, based on our borrowing rates and amounts reserved for outstanding letters of credit, total effective availability under the 2026 revolver was $398 million. Oh, so they've actually borrowed some on that, it looks like. They've borrowed $100 million on it, right? I think so. As of April 30th, no loan amounts were outstanding under the 2026 revolver. 52. Wait, but we've paid it back. Yeah, it's paid back, I guess. Because they don't have any debt other than that French loan. 51 million of the standby letters of credit were issued and withdrawn and underdrawn under the, yeah, I think they were showing where they borrowed it. DFE on it would be dope. Imagine showing a company where shares are literally disappearing. What would drive the price down during the call? If the call's if it's the same as it's been the last 5 earnings calls. But they're accepting questions, so I am optimistic that it will be different since they're accepting questions. That's different than they've ever done. My village is finished. You like the stock? Borrow rates are low. Oh, the shorties borrow rates are heavy. My borrow rates are kind of high on Fidelity, but not as much as theirs, I guess. Cash used in operating cash. Okay, let's see. This was kind of confusing. I'm not sure if this looks like they have a revolving credit line that they can use of $500 million. Looks like they used 100 million, but I think they paid it back already. I'm not quite sure. During the 3 months ended April 30th, cash flows from operating activities were an outflow of 303 million compared to an outflow of 18 million. So yeah, that's a huge amount they're spending. They spent 303 million for this quarter compared to 18 million same quarter last year. So this marketplace, whatever they're building, they're dumping a ton of money into. So if we're not buying and selling houses and buying groceries and trading skins in video games on a GME marketplace sometime soon, then they wasted their money, because that's a ton of money and a ton of time. This thing better be epic. I want to buy a house with the GME marketplace app using my GME wallet. Stay healthy, drink plenty of water. Cheers. Thanks, Chicken Contender. Thank you guys for your subs. Thank you for your likes. If you haven't, hit the thumbs up. We've got a Discord server. Link for that's pinned in chat. I'll also just highlight it here. And we have a Twitter at HappyMoneyYT. If he sounds like he's frowning. But I know who's asking questions. I know when they first said they were going to take questions, I looked into it and I don't know exactly. Look at that, dead flat after hours. Forward guidance. Yep, if there's forward guidance, that would be a definite change from what we've seen, and I am hopeful for it. Just because they're taking questions. Okay, compared with an outflow, yeah. So that's a huge amount. I mean, I guess they had fulfillment centers, supply chain was more expensive, shipping is more expensive, inventory is more expensive, but still, that's a lot. Cash used in operating activities was primarily due to 179 million decrease in trade payables and customer liabilities for the pay down of merchandise inventory purchase. Wow. Do it. So 179 million more for their inventory. Is that what I'm understanding? Well, they did increase their inventory by a bunch in that time also. So that makes sense. Not only is it more expensive, they got crazy on inventory. This is the way, Mike. This is the way. It's about to start in 2 minutes. Maybe it is. Everybody, can you have like a notes page open and write out your thoughts while they talk? I don't think my notes are smart enough to merit me typing them out. So if you happen to catch it, you think it's smart, thank you for that. But I don't understand all this stuff. Some of the stuff I understand a little bit, and I'll maybe put something out there. They spent a lot more money, it looks like. That's a good idea. I never read the 10Ks, 10Qs. I never read it. Really, it's just been GME that I've read. I've read a couple other ones, but I'm not like a good, I don't know. They spent a lot of money, and they spent it on inventory, which is good because they'll get a return on that. Inventory was more expensive, shipping was more expensive, so it was even more. The inventory started cranking the price early. All right, 1 minute. Let's get this over here. Let's see. Thing is their music gives me a copyright strike, so I gotta do it real quick. I'm gonna turn off our music. Get all prepared. Okay, still a little classical. And I'm gonna mute myself, and I'll probably just be typing because it's never that like super loud. So that's how we'll do it. Remember they were late last year, I think, or last earnings. I can actually turn off that volume. Let's see. All right, there's the time. Still not on. I mean, even if just Ryan Cohen spoke, that'd be huge. We haven't even heard from him. I don't think he will, but that'd be a total change too. So music. Pretty music. Okay. Let me see. Let me mute this and I'll just listen and then I'll kick it on. There. I'm listening now to the hold music they have. When it comes on, I will put it on. 100 million immutable. Interesting. Do you think the 100 million is immutable? No. I don't know where that is in here. Trade payables, customer liabilities. This mentions it just being from at least this 180 million from inventory. But yeah, I'm not sure where that is in here. That's true, because the immutable was a big expense. Cohen, I don't think he's under a gag order. No, I know. I always get copyright on this classical music. Heck yeah, you do. He will not speak until he's won. But yeah, it's still on hold, so it hasn't started yet. Cash flows from investing activities were an inflow of 66 million during the 3 months ended April 30th, compared to an outflow of 14 million. It's a net loss. Cash provided by investing activities during the 3 months was primarily attributable to proceeds from the sale of digital assets, partially offset by technological investments in 2 new fulfillment centers. Cash used in investing activities during the 3 months ended May 1st was primarily attributable. There it is.
Stop first quarter 2022 earnings call. At this time, all participants are in a listen-only mode. A brief question and answer session will follow the formal presentation. Correction, there will not be a question and answer session following the formal presentation.
What?
If anyone should require operator assistance during the conference, please press *0 on your telephone keypad. It is now my pleasure to introduce your host, Matt Furlong, CEO. Thank you, Matt. You may begin.
What?
Thank you, and good afternoon. We appreciate all of our stockholders' continued passion and support. The enthusiasm remains a differentiator and an extra motivator for all of us at GameStop. We don't take it for granted, and never will. Before going over this past quarter's initiatives and results, I also want to once again thank our team for continuing to bring strong focus and intensity to our mission. Change is continuing to be embraced across our stores, fulfillment centers, and offices. A constant emphasis on the customer is taking hold up and down the organization. This will remain key as we pursue sustained sales growth, establish broader offerings in consumer electronics, and launch new products aligned to the long-term future of gaming. During Q1, we specifically focused on 2 main areas: continuing to rebuild and strengthen our commerce business after years of underinvestment, and pursuing growth opportunities in the cryptocurrency, NFT, and Web3 gaming verticals, all of which we expect to be increasingly relevant for gamers of the future. With respect to our commerce business, we kept working to pragmatically expand product selection, improve delivery speeds, and strengthen the in-store and online shopping experience. We also made additional investments in our assortment, infrastructure, technology, and talent. Our sizable Q1 investments should help us round out our rebuild cycle. With regard to new offerings geared to the future of gaming, our blockchain team continued to drive progress when it comes to advancing new products, deepening partnerships, and establishing GameStop's presence in digital asset communities. An output of these efforts was last month's launch of the GameStop Wallet, a digital asset wallet that allows gamers and others to store, send, receive, and use cryptocurrencies and NFTs across decentralized apps. The wallet, which has significant downloads and a 5-star rating in the Chrome store, will enable transactions on our new NFT marketplace when it launches in the second quarter. We firmly believe that digital assets are core to the future of gaming. Taken together, we believe these investments and initiatives prioritized over the past quarter are positioning us to become a more diversified and technology-centric business. Let me now turn to our financial results for Q1. Net sales increased 8% to just under $1.4 billion, compared to approximately $1.3 billion during the same period in 2021. As indicated in the past, long-term revenue growth is a primary metric by which we believe stockholders should assess our execution. SG&A was $452.2 million, or 32.8% of sales, compared to $370.3 million, or 29% of sales in last year's first quarter. We reported a net loss of $157.9 million, or $2.08 per diluted share, compared to a net loss of $66.8 million, or loss per diluted share of $1.01 in the prior year's first quarter. There were no major one-time transformation, transaction, or related costs during the period. Turning to the balance sheet, we ended the quarter with cash and cash equivalents of $1.04 billion, roughly $340 million higher than the end of the first quarter last year. We continue to maintain a sizable cash position, even while investing in inventory to improve in-stock levels, meet heightened customer demand, and mitigate the full impact of global supply chain issues. At the end of the quarter, we had no borrowings under our ABL facility and no debt other than a low-interest, unsecured term loan associated with the French government's response to COVID-19. Total liabilities compared to the first quarter of last year were down $8.4 million. Capital expenditures for the quarter were $10.8 million, down $3.9 million from last year's first quarter. We anticipate Capex will continue to remain at modest levels as we make pragmatic investments in our infrastructure and tech. In the first quarter, cash flow from operations was an outflow of $303.9 million, compared to an outflow of $18.8 million during the same period last year. This does not include the impact of an additional $76.9 million received in proceeds from digital asset sales, which is included in investing activities. In order to meet customer demand and drive sales growth amidst the tight supply chain, we maintained inventory valued at $917.6 million as of the close of the quarter, compared to $570.9 million at the close of the prior year's first quarter. In terms of our outlook, we're not providing formal guidance at this time. I want to conclude by touching on the past year and our path forward in 2022. We set out 12 months ago to accomplish something unprecedented in our industry: transform a decaying brick-and-mortar retailer into a technology-led organization that meets customers' needs through stores, through e-commerce properties, and through emerging digital marketplaces and online communities. Our growth and the launch of new tech products, such as our digital asset wallet and the upcoming NFT marketplace, demonstrate that we are, in fact, starting to transform. In the quarters and years ahead, we're going to continue embracing change, putting the customer first, and focusing on long-term stockholder value. I'll leave it there for this quarter. As always, our board and management appreciate the enthusiasm and support from those who matter most: our customers, employees, and of course, GameStop's stockholders. Thank you.
This concludes today's conference. You may disconnect your line at this time. Thank you for your participation.
Yes. Oh, that is awesome. Whoever's saying GameStop website's down, it's not down. I just refreshed this. It's working for me. It's maybe. Oh yeah, it's good. That's actually hilarious. That's. I think I don't know. No guidance. This is the same. Literally the same earnings call we've had. The only difference is they said they were gonna answer questions. But the fact, the way he said it too. What the heck? It goes. Why didn't you just say we're not going to be taking questions? Why did he start by saying, and then the Q&A after? Wait, we're not going to do a Q&A after. I mean, that's insane. It's not. Yeah, it's like it is. It's a huge troll. I don't. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. That's the funniest earnings call I've ever heard out of the 5 I've heard. Just kidding. I've heard more than 5, maybe 6. But the fact that they hyped up, I mean, they didn't hype it, but they just said, yeah, we're gonna have questions and answers. And then none of us, I guess, really looked into it. I mean, I thought people were looking into it, but apparently not, because no one figured out how to get on the questions and answers. But then the beginning, he says, he says the schedule for the earnings call, and in that schedule is questions and answers. And then a paper gets put in front of him. This just in, no questions and answers. Oh my gosh, that was hilarious. What are they do? What are they doing? What does it all mean? I want to replay it. I don't even know how to do that. Oh my gosh. So why would they do that? I guess my only, yeah, it's carbon copy. My initial thought is that they would only do that. They would only hype it up and then cancel it to literally get the stock to dump. Because that was definitely all planned. That didn't like just come in on a piece of paper and oh okay. So I see no other reason other than to get the stock to dump, which it's now starting to, and no formal guidance, which they didn't say they were going to give guidance, I guess, but yeah, the earnings call or the question and answers thing, that to me is like it's an obvious strategic move. And to me, that the only strategic move I could see would be to get them to dump the stock based on no formal guidance, and they canceled question and answers. Like the stock and the company's in such trouble that they were going to have questions and answers, and just at the last minute they decided not to. Why would they want the stock to dump? I would presume because insiders want to buy. Ryan Cohen, CEOs, whoever else, COOs, they want to get more shares, and if they dump it, they can buy in, and we can have this freaking epic rally again that all started with RC buying in. If you recall, there's an earnings call. He started buying in, and that started that epic pinch, which it's not going to be epic when we're trading in the thousands, but for right now, that was epic because that was a massive rally. So that's my first initial gut thought on why they would do that. I don't know any other reasons. What do you guys think? You replay on the stream? Yeah, I could pull up, I guess, the YouTube of their. Oh my gosh, that was freaking awesome. The split's not going to be reversed. It's going to be a normal split. That'll be tomorrow in the shareholders meeting. So we're going to stream that also. If you guys haven't subscribed, hit the notification bell, do it. We're going to be on tomorrow for the shareholder meeting, which we'll be listening to. I think we'll probably get more information on that. As far as, yeah, I think the result of the voting, I think we'll hear, and probably information about the split. But the fact that they just did that. I could go back on the stream. I could do it. That's true. That's a good idea. What the heck? That is just... Oh, I love it, though. I don't know. I don't know if you guys love it like I do, but I do love that they did that. All right, hold on. Let me pause this for a second. I have to hear that again. It's just like, wait a minute. Yes, but okay, where are we? Yeah. Man, I sound good. If you recall, there's an earnings call. He started buying in, and that started that epic pinch, which okay, now let's say they were going to give guidance, I guess, but wait, no, yeah, no, the earnings call
907.9 gaming growth.
Okay, we're going back, listening to the beginning of the earnings call because it was hilarious.
To introduce your host.
Okay.
Top first quarter 2022 earnings call.
Okay, here it is.
At this time, all participants are in a listen-only mode.
Okay.
A brief question and answer session will follow the formal presentation. Correction, there will not be a question and answer session following the formal presentation.
What?
If anyone should require operator assistance during the conference, please press *0 on your telephone keypad. It is now my pleasure to introduce your host, Matt Furlong, CEO. Thank you, Matt. You may begin.
What? This is
Thank you.
So
good
epic.
Afternoon.
Oh, I gotta get one more
all of our
correction.
stockholders.
There it is. Dude, total straight voice when he does it too. I don't think I could do that even.
2022 earnings call. At this time, all participants are in a listen-only mode.
Okay,
a
listen
brief
only.
question and answer session will follow the formal presentation.
Good.
Correction, there will not be a question and answer session following the formal presentation.
What?
If anyone should require operator assistance.
How does he do that with a straight voice? I mean, it's the dramatic pause. Attributable. They had everything there.
Extra motivator for all of us at GameStop. We don't take it for granted. And
correction, there will not. Top first quarter 2022 earnings call. At this time, all participants are in a listen-only mode. A brief question and answer session will follow the formal presentation. Correction, there will not be a question and answer session following the formal presentation.
What?
If anyone should require operator assistance during the...
Holy crap, that was gold. I hope it's all worth it, man. I've got a large portion of my net worth on this epic long 2-year comedy show so far. Oh my gosh, man. I guess yeah, that's my initial just guess of why they would want that, is to literally drop the share price. I don't know any other reason other than if they're just screwing around, which I don't think they are. And why they want to drop the share price, I would just think for buy-ins, so that they could buy in at a cheaper price. Pre-recorded, yep. That was not a disappointment at all. That exceeded. Okay, so they said, what are your expectations for this earning call? I'm like, oh, NFT dividend. No, this is so much higher than an NFT dividend. This is way better. I didn't even imagine this when I thought of expectations and what were my hopes and dreams. I couldn't have even imagined them doing that. That's that was amazing. That was amazing. Yeah, so I expect them to start buying in, maybe not tomorrow, maybe after shareholder meeting, potentially. No split chat, no dividend chat. Yeah, split will be talked about tomorrow in the shareholder meeting. That's not something for earnings call necessarily, especially with the shareholders meeting coming up. Shares and NFT will be removed. That was hilarious, dude. Totally had. I mean, so far they're not really taking advantage and dumping the price. Yeah, I freaking love that. I mean, that's there's clear reason behind that, and I love it. I mean, maybe there's other precedents of stuff like that happening. Just completely throwing people off in the stock market, but I've not been around long enough to know about it. They don't have control on dumping the stock, Joshua. But you're welcome to sue them, absolutely. Meeting tomorrow? Actually, I don't know what time the meeting is tomorrow. No better price pre-split. Anything, no, for a split you want a higher price. Or maybe not, I guess. It doesn't really matter. I'm just thinking for buying in. The price, you wouldn't want it to go down before a split. That's not necessary, I don't think. I don't think they want to give them the cheap buyout along with them knowing they're about to get squeezed. Yeah, is that you saying kind of what I was thinking? That they want to drop the price so insiders can buy in. Yeah, I'm gonna stream tomorrow the meeting. Make sure you're subbed and the notification bell's on. Join on Discord too. I notify on there when we go live. Check proxy, bro. 10 a.m. It was a joke. It was hilarious. Do they come out with a proxy? What are you saying, check? You're talking about tomorrow, check a proxy? Oh, for them buying in? Yeah, just 8K and 10K for now. Oh my gosh. That was epic. That was freaking... Oh, I love that. They didn't buy a diamond mine. I know, what are they thinking? Yeah, they want to buy more at a lower price for it. Just regardless, before it splits, they want to buy more at a lower price. Now they can. They had their earnings, now insiders can buy. They don't want to give insiders cheap shares if they know they're about to get squeezed. Yes, they don't want to give them cheap shares and they're about to get squeezed. You're talking from the hedge fund side that are shorting it. I'm talking about from insiders. I guess they're trying to figure out the reasoning behind why they would do the rug pull on the questions and answers. And that's my only conclusion so far. There'll probably be other speculation on Reddit and stuff, but I think that was clearly scripted and So, but why did they do it? And they actually did it in a trolling way, which is even funnier. I think that was just a nod to all of us investors. Because they could have just said, we're not going to do it, the call. But he said, at the end of the earnings, we're going to do a question and answers. Correction. Correction. This just in. Dun, 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 dun. So that, I think that was a nod to us investors. And then the fact that they just canceled it, I think was on purpose, not as just a joke, but there's some purpose behind it. And my only speculation is they're hoping the price will get shorted down, and so insiders will be able to buy in cheaper. 11 a.m. tomorrow is a shareholder meeting. According to proxy, annual meeting tomorrow and Central 11. Oh, thanks for kids, appreciate it. You want to hear Matt say they're done with their rebuild cycle? No, I didn't hear that. I'd have to re-listen, I guess. It's risky if people are fishing for bearishness. Risky if people are fishing for bearishness? I don't know what you mean. That was did he said correction, didn't he? Correction. Correction. Investments in two
Keypad. It is now my pleasure to introduce your
host. Wait.
Stop first quarter 2022 earnings call. At this time, all participants are in a listen-only mode.
Hit the thumbs up.
A brief question and answer session will follow the formal presentation. Correction, there will not be a question and answer session following the formal presentation.
What?
If anyone should require operator assistance during the conference, please press star 0 on your telephone keypad.
Oh, this is beautiful. That, I mean, yeah, that calls for a toast, that one. I don't think in the history, at least not that I'm aware of. Probably, but that was dope. Tomorrow better be up. I wouldn't expect it. I'm actually surprised how flat it is now. I think they're trying to bait him out to short it down, and we're not seeing it yet. Pre-market, maybe. Might just be kind of flat and stick with the market. Stick with SPY on this one. SPY was looking bearish midday. It looks like it's kind of rounding a top. And the bear market rally might be over. We'll see after it consolidates for a bit. I don't see any divergences or anything, but we do have that bearish MACD crossover. So it looks like it's going to come down now. So GameStop probably follow that. Unless something, with the shareholder meeting tomorrow, which that is, I mean, look, this is when RC bought in. It's no accident. They buy in cheap. That's like when we want to buy in. They want to buy in cheap also. It's almost double the price where he was buying in last time. He wants other insiders to get a good deal. I don't know. That's just speculation, of course, but that is true though. They want to buy in cheap, of course. Correction. That bothers him slain by Mario Bros. Aaron by that. Yeah, it's before the stock overbought the annual meeting at this time. Wait, what is it? We will hold a Q&A session. During the annual meeting? Oh, they didn't say during the earnings call? But why did he say it then? Before the stockholder vote at the annual meeting? As time permits. The annual meeting sounds like stockholder meeting though. That's not earnings call. That's not this. So they might have questions on the shareholder meeting tomorrow potentially. I don't know. They don't short tomorrow. They'll short the next week leading to June OPEX. Yep. Our RC buying date, it was literally the beginning of this rally, the day after earnings. That's the point. Insiders can't buy in before earnings because they have inside information on numbers and financials. So they have to wait until earnings. So it was this day. It was 3/18. I think this day, or even that same day, I think is when he showed it. He released, and they don't have to. I think they have 2 days. I can't remember the time frame, but he released it early that he bought in. He did it right away. And released how much he bought in. And that's that's not what this whole rally was from, but that was kind of the catalyst, I guess, what started this rally. So, I think we're going to see some insider buying. Oh my gosh, that is such a curveball. Wow. Holy crap, that's dope. All right. Well, today looks good. Still kind of a bull flag here on the hourly 4-hour. It might just settle down this 120 range. I mean, this is a nice support in this area. We might not get a huge dump, especially if we start seeing insider buying. Insider buying typically doesn't happen on the lit exchange, though. They use dark pools to not change the price. However, RC did buy on the lit exchange, which is just kind of a FU. So we'll see if he does that. I'm assuming other insiders won't be buying on the lit exchange, but if he's buying more, he might. He certainly might. 100 million, something like that, yeah. Thanks, Wendigo. Thanks, guys, for joining. Thanks for the new subscribers. Thanks for the thumbs up. If you could thumbs up, that'd be great if you haven't. Even though I'm going to end the stream, it still helps with the stream. Here's our Discord. You're welcome to join that. It's pinned in the chat. We have a Twitter at HappyMoneyYT, where I go and I do Twitter Spaces at times, chat with some of you guys. Man, that was awesome. Super great. Thanks, guys, for watching. Sub up, like up, comment down. Happy Money sticks around. We will see you tomorrow. I'm going to be streaming the shareholder meeting. Turn on your notification bell if you haven't. Thanks, Mick Long. Thanks, Stuart. Thanks, Wendigo. Thanks, Javier. Thanks, Macon. Thanks, Santi. When is the result of the stock vote? That'll be tomorrow, as far as I know. I'm pretty sure that will pass and get approved. We also should hear about the stock split tomorrow and potential date or ex-dividend date when it'll actually split. Sure, Javier. My pleasure. My pleasure. Thanks, Ask Why. Yeah, we'll be back here tomorrow. My voice, I might actually be getting better with my voice. 30 minutes prior to and during the annual meeting, you'll be able to access the rules of conduct applicable to the annual meeting. Beginning 30 minutes prior to and during the annual meeting. Access rules of conduct. Okay, John. Thanks, Mick Long. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, so I don't know. I'll probably start. Who said it was at 11 Eastern for Chris? Where did you find that for Chris? It was 11. I'll have to look. It's maybe on their proxy. Yeah, check proxy. All right, so we'll probably start like 10:30 tomorrow. You can see all my options that just got blobbered. I actually don't have a whole bunch. I closed out of most of the weeklies. I mean, they were down a significant amount anyways, but yeah. We'll look over just the theta decay and how that works for you guys. So you can see like what the 120 calls, what they were priced in at close today and what they'll be priced in tomorrow. Say if we open flat, they'll probably be down a significant amount. Visual statement from games, our product statement. All right. Thanks, White Knight. Yeah, 11 Eastern. I'll take your word for it. I'll check it though, probably. Be thorough. You're turning the meeting as a registered stock. You can buy it. Yeah, John Senna, that's right. That's where I read about for the shareholder meeting, the questions. Yeah, that's where a registered stockholder or a registered beneficial owner. I didn't register, no. I didn't know how to do all that stuff, and I was like, what? I don't have questions I need to ask. I'm just gonna listen in. Because that's just for asking questions, right? I don't know how that works. They just pick the top rated question or something, or I don't even understand how that works, honestly. At first, I thought it was just direct registered, because that's what everyone on Reddit, I think, was trying to claim. Oh, you have to DRS to get on the shareholder meeting, or to be on the live stream, or the call, or there was like 2 weeks there where basically every post, whether it was TA or not, was some kind of plug to DRS. It's like, what the heck? Like an infomercial. I don't think One Moon's a good question. I can't believe GameStop's flat. Whoever called flat out. Pre-market might be wild though. We'll see. It's possible this was them fulfilling the obligations from options last Friday, right here, and now it's done. they shorted back down. Or maybe we'll see that in the morning because this maybe isn't enough at all. That's only 23,000 volume. So we might see a big bullish morning from that before market opens. If we do get a big rally before it opens, I would presume that's what it's from, and I'm gonna presume then that it's gonna dump at open. So register to enter the annual meeting. Yeah, I probably should do that. What's the point though? Can I listen to it and I don't know. Can I listen to it anyways? Even without registering? I don't know. Where's it? What are the reports provided? Do you have a link for it? Corporate events, is it? It's 8K, is it on? It was on one of these with a link, and I went to it at one point when they first came out with it, and and it was down. Like the website was down. And then I went to it later and it said you have to come back when it's happening, I think. So no, that was today's. Let's see, is it this one? No, May 20. This? There's no or special disclosure report. Is this it? I don't think this is it. Conflict minerals. Report on scheduled materials at corporate event. Yeah, you're attending it virtually. I remember seeing that. I'll be able to stream it? Oh, I'll figure out a way to stream it. Proxy filing April 21st. This one right here. Official notice of shareholders. This one. Yeah, it's this one. Let me see this real quick. See, I went to this site before. Yeah, I'm fine. You guys are tripping. Access to the virtual meeting will be available beginning on 9:30. I mean, I don't know. I don't think it was like an exclusive thing where you had to register before a deadline. The registration deadline, that's maybe for questions. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm not. I mean, if not, I'll stream it from someone else's streaming it. Like, I don't care. I'll double stream. It's gonna get out there, and I'm gonna get it streamed for sure. 76 million don't digitalize it. What do you mean? So yeah, 10 a.m. Central. When did it change to CDT? When did CST? What is this? It's not standard anymore. It's, what is that? What's the D stand for? Now it's all EDT and CDT. Yeah, it looks like it's, wait, 10 a.m. Central. Oh yeah, so 11 Eastern. Oh, 76 million in net sales. Could there be fees from IMX? I don't think directly from IMX. I'm not sure. I don't know if I don't think they have any income or sales from anything NFT related yet from that filing, because that filing was over. That was ending what, April or May? That was early. Daylight. Oh, they're putting daylight in it now. That's weird. I've never noticed that. So when it's not daylight savings, they go to just CST. I've never seen it change until recently. Like, I keep seeing EDT. I'm like, what? Why is it EDT, not EST? That's strange. And I guess that's permanent now. They're sticking on daylight savings. Maybe that's why they changed it from standard to just calling it daylight savings. I don't know. Totally different weird topic we're talking about. All right, see you on Discord, Jerry. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. Sub up, like up, comment down. Happy Monday, sticks around. Here's our Discord. We'll stream the shareholder meeting. I'll figure it out. We'll do it. And our Twitter.